This spoken poetry is titled A Nation Fluent in Waiting. Obligated, complicated, calibrated, and overstated. That is how the morning learns our names. We wake to schedules carved in patience, to clocks that ticks but never changes, to streets that promise destinations yet circles back in the same old lanes. Posters blooms like borrowed flowers, bright with vows that never age, familiar faces, shared surnames, smiling white behind the stage. We line up early, neatly ordered, trained in quiet, trained in grace. Thought that waiting is a virtue, thought that hunger knows its place. A child studies different numbers. He subtracts what's left of sleep, divides a meal by all his siblings, multiplies his fate weekends, and yet they call it learning. They call it progress. They call it character being built, but no one calls it what it is. A future quietly misspelled. They tell us to breathe, be flexible, be thankful you're here. Because anger sounds ungrateful when survival costs this dear. Evening practices erasure, a magic trick we've memorized. Stories shortened, truths diluted, names removed, then categorized. They say it's finished, case is closed. We nod along, we deem the light. Because questions take too much space in a room designed for night. Hope returns in seasonal costumes, campaign colors, choreographed cheers, same surnames, fresher slogans, repacked apologies each year. We clap on time, we smile on cue, a well-rehearsed routine. Because dissent is often labeled as a lack of discipline. So we laugh, not because it's funny, but because laughter fits the mold. It doesn't boost the future. It doesn't bruise the furniture. It doesn't sound too bold. We turned endurance into language, made patience our second skin, turned silence into citizenship, and called it keeping it in. We mastered staying standing while the ground dissolved below, learned to balance on excuses with nowhere left to go. And maybe one day, when the streets feel lighter, when the bitterness fades to mild, when no one raises eyebrows at the absence of the wild, don't rush to call it healing. Don't frame it as release. Ask gently, did the care of someone afraid of the truth beneath? Did the nation finally recover? Or was simply trained to suffer in perfect crime until the pain learned how to sound like peace?